Have you ever told yourself, I'll start meditating tomorrow? Or said, once things settle down, I'll devote myself to spiritual growth? How many times have you pushed back the start of your transformation, believing that a better moment will eventually arrive? But what if that moment never comes? What if later is just an illusion keeping you from the life you were meant to live? Hello dear soul, and welcome back to our channel. It's an honor to walk beside you on this journey of inner awakening. Today, we'll explore a powerful truth that so many of us, that procrastination on the spiritual path is not just a deal, it is a risk of losing the very window of opportunity that your soul may have waited lifetimes to access. In this video, we're not just going to talk about the philosophy of urgency. We're going to dig deep into what it means to live with spiritual intention right now, not next year, not after retirement, not once the kids are grown or the bills are paid. Let's begin by acknowledging something we rarely admit. Life is short, uncertain, and constantly changing. And yet, when it comes to spiritual practice, we behave as if we're immortal. We assume there will always be time. That assumption is the most dangerous lie. A Tibetan master once said, the biggest obstacle to enlightenment is not ignorance. It's tied to it later. You might be thinking, I'm too busy to practice now. That's understandable. We live in a world that demands our time and attention. But let's break that down. There are plenty of 4 hours in a day. 8 for sleep, 8 for work. That still leaves 8. Even if you subtract time for meals, commuting, and chores, you're left with at least 2 to 3 hours. Ask yourself, how much of that time do you spend on your phone, scrolling, watching shows, arguing online? The truth is, it's not about not having time. It's about not giving time to what matters most. Spiritual practice doesn't require hours of chanting or sitting in caves. It begins with one breath of awareness, one mindful step, one conscious choice to respond with kindness instead of anger. That's practice. The mind plays tricks. It tells us, I'll practice when I'm older, when life is calmer. But who told you there will be a later? Accidents happen. All fades. Circumstances shift. F doesn't make appointments. It comes when it comes. This is not to create fear. It's to awaken urgency, not panic, but purpose. We're not watching this by accident. You are drawn here because somewhere inside, your soul is ready. Maybe you've been ignoring that call. Maybe you've been too afraid to answer, but it's still ringing. The longer you wait, the more faint it becomes. There's an ancient saying, the rare and precious human birth, blessed with the chance to hear the Dharma, is harder to find than a star at noon. And yet here you are alive, with ears to hear and a heart to open. That's not coincidence, that's karma. There are countless beings who never hear teachings of love, awareness, or liberation. Who did? Who are? The question is, what will you do with that grace? Many people believe they need to wait until they are better or disciplined, more knowledgeable, more worthy. But you didn't start practicing because you are perfect. You practice because you're not, because you're human, because suffering exists, and the tools to meet it exist too. You don't need a temple. Your life is your altar. Every moment you choose presence over distraction, that's worship. Every time you respond with patience instead of irritation, that's prayer. Every time you notice your breath and come back to it, that's a sacred offering. So don't wait. Don't wait to become ready. Readiness comes from action, not from delay. There's a man I once met who lived his entire life saying, one day I'll become a monk. He had the robes ready, the books lined up, even had his vows written down. But life kept distracting him's business, family, illness, and one day, death came first. All the robes, the books, the intentions left behind. He died with a whisper, I thought I had more time. We don't want to be him. We don't want to die with the words, I thought I had more time on our lives. The only time we ever truly have is now, not yesterday, not tomorrow. And now is sacred, and now is powerful, and now is enough. So how do you start? You start by showing up, exactly as you are. If you can only meditate for 1 minute, do it. If you can only read one line of scripture, read it. If you can only say thank you once today, say it with your whole heart. It's not about quantity. It's about sincerity. It's not about rituals. It's about relationship with yourself, with the universe, with the divine. There's no finish line. There's no perfect state to reach. Your journey is the destination. Every breath, every step, every act of kindness is part of the path, and the path doesn't begin later, begins now. Think of it this way. Every moment you delay your practice is a moment you remain blind to the miracles around you. Every moment you say not now is a moment of potential joy lost. Life is not waiting for you to be ready. It's unfolding. I know. The question is, will you meet it? Will you meet your anger with compassion? Will you meet your distractions with mindfulness? Will you meet your pain with courage? Will you meet your blessings with gratitude? Because how you meet this moment shapes the next, and the next, and the next, until, suddenly, a life has passed not in intention, but in transformation. So let today be the day you stop postponing your soul's calling. Let this be the breath that begins a new relationship with the sacred. Let this be the moment you say yes not to perfection, but to presence. We don't need more time. You need more truth. And the truth is, your path begins now. Not when you retire. Not when your schedule clears. Not when you feel spiritual enough. Now. Thank you for being here today. This video stirred something in you. Share it. Tell us. What have you been putting off spiritually? And what are you ready to begin right now? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join our growing community. If you'd like to support our work, consider becoming a member. Where presence matters, where journey matters, and we're honored to walk with you. Thank you for watching this video. May you remember the best time to awaken is always now.